जय जय श्री गुरु प्रेम कल्पतरु मृदंग जय जय श्री गुरु प्रेम कल्पतरु जय जय श्री गुरु प्रेम कल्पतरु अद्भुत जको पराकाशा गिरियाया गेया ते मेरा वरा ज्ञान सुचंद्र किरणे करुणाशा जय जय श्री गुरु प्रेम कल्पतरु जय जय श्री गुरु प्रेम कल्पतरु इहालोचन आनंद धाम आनंद धाम अजाचित मोहेनो पतित हेरि जो पहु अजाचित मोहेनो पतित हेरि जो जाची दयालो हरि नाम जाची दयालो हरि नाम जय जय श्री गुरु प्रेम कल्पतरु दुरमतिया गति सतत सते मति दुरमतिया गति सतत सते मति नाही सुकृति लवलेशा नाही सुकृति लवलेशा नाही सुकृति लवलेशा नाही सुकृति लवलेशा श्री वृंदावन जुगल भजन धन श्री वृंदावन जुगल भजन धन ताहे करलो उपदेशा ताहे करलो उपदेशा निरमल गौरा प्रेम रस सिंचने निरमल गौरा प्रेम रस सिंचने पूरलो जग जना आशा Nitai Gaur Premanande. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjansalakaya Chakshurum litam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Stadalye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namah. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Mudiriye. Nashtaparaishu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavatam Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloki Bhakti Bhavti Nashtaki Tvaktva Durnamashesha Mandalapatim Shrinim Sada Tuchavad Bhutvadina Ganeshakau Karunaya Gopina Kantashito Gopi Bhavara Samratavalahari Kallolo Magno Muhu Vande Rupa Sanatano Bhattajugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Radha Chintani Veshinam Yasya Kanti Vilopita Shri Krishna Charanam Vande Radha Lingitam Vigraham Bhaktya Vihinaya Paradalakshay Shiptasya Kamadi Tarangu Madde Kripamayi Tam Sharanam Prapanna Vrinde Namaste Charanarvindam. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. All together please. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. My humble obeisances, the divine lotus feet of my Guru Maharaj, Nitla Vishnu Vishnupal Stotashad, Shri Srimad Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, and similarly to my Shiksha Gurudevs, Nitla Vishnu Vishnupal Stotashad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and Nitla Vishnu Vishnupal Bhakti Vigyanshila Bharti Goswami Maharaj. My equal Dandat Pranams to the divine lotus feet of Srila Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada and all his prominent disciples, Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyana Keshav Gosai Maharaj, Shri Srimad Bhakti Raksha Sridhar Gosai Maharaj, Shri Srimad Bhakti Daita Madhav Gosai Maharaj, and especially one who brought Krishna consciousness to Western and Eastern world, Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada. My humble obeisances to Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and to all his associates, to Shri Radha Madhav and Radha Gokulanand and all their parikars. Especially on this day, Vyasa Purnima day, to Krishna Dvaipana Ved Vyas, who written Srimad Bhagavatam and undated the entire world with a divine message of Bhagavad Dharma. And also to most intimate associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Sanatan Goswami Pad, whose disappearance day we are observing today. And to all respected Vaishnavas came from so far, Vaishnavis, headed by senior Pujapad Bhaktivedanta Bhagavad Maharaj Ji, my senior godbrother Ranupuri Prabhu, Sadanand Prabhu, and all kids here. On this day, I recall the memories of Srila Gurudev in Mathura temple and also in Vrindavan, Anand Dham, with hundreds of people, not hundreds, thousands of people standing in line for hours and hours to offer Pushpanjali to Srila Gurudev with flowers, with cloths, garland, donations, fruits, and some other gifts. And Gurudev used to sit in Mathura temple from morning 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. and then again from 4 to 8 in the evening, all day long to receive the donations and gifts from, accepting from them, thousands of people. But when we were living in that temple, we don't see those thousands of people coming every day. So Srila Gurudev pointed out in his lecture to all those people, I hardly see any of you throughout the year. You only come on this day to worship me and to offer your gifts to me. This is not called idly Guru Purnima. To worship Guru once a year on this special day, because it gives so much blessings and which will going to give auspiciousness in my life. And it's only just a ritual. Srila Gurudev was objecting on this. This is not Guru Purnima. Guru Purnima is when Shri Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Ekya Arana Kariho Mora. When I am taking the words of my Shri Guru seriously and sincerely, putting in my ears and embracing those words, to adopt and follow those words, and not keeping anything besides those words of Shri Guru. Arna Kariho Muraj. No other desires. Only want to embrace those instructions and the lessons of Shri Guru. Gurudev said that's called idly performing or observing Guru Purnima. Now this is not that simple. Shri Gurudev can say this because he have done this. For us, conditioned souls, sadhakas, very difficult to embrace each and every word of Shri Guru. But at least to some proportion, it is essential, very important to embrace the words of Shri Guru. Which kind of words? Mostly we get happy to embrace the words of praise. When he prays, if he praise me in the audience, I'll be very happy. The word of praise is very easy to embrace. But the words of chastisement is very difficult to comprehend. It's so difficult. So what Shri Gurudev wanted us to embrace, and not only Shri Gurudev, entire Guru Parampara, is those words of correcting and the words of chastisements. The entire philosophy begins from this. On this special day of Vyasa Purnima, the appearance of Krishna Dvaipan Ved Vyas. So Ved Vyas is not a name, it's a title, and it applies to all Guru Vargas. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada is also Vyasadeva. Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami is also Vyasadeva. Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, all acharyas are Vyas. Gurudev Vyasadeva. The meaning of Vyas means to expand or to propagate the message of Bhagavad Dharma. So all acharyas, they have done this. We have seen with our eyes. Tirelessly spending gallons of blood and sweat to do Vyas, to propagate the message. But appearance of Krishna Dvaipan, that was his name. The appearance of Krishna Dvaipan happened on this day. And that's why we observe Guru Purnima. Dvaipan means island. Where his appearance took place? In Mathura. in the middle of Jamuna, in one island, in the middle of river Jamuna. Where who glanced over Matsya Ganga? Parashar, right? Parashar Muni, he glanced over a lady who was rowing the boat for Parashar, and odor of fish was emanating from her body, Matsya Gandha. Parashar glanced over her, just glanced, and with a glance on her, pregnated her. Understand? It's a transcendental. And from her, she Ved Vyas, Krishna Dvaipan Ved Vyas Kurpa. We heard on this day, Gurudev, especially on this day, used to tell the story of Shri Ved Vyasji Maharaj just spoke about this also. So taking remnants of Pujapat Maharaj. Remnants are always very delicious. Shri Ved Vyas is the one who elaborated the one Veda into four. Atharva Ved, Rig Ved, Sam Ved and Yajur Ved. But it is difficult to understand the purport of Vedas because Vedas speaks things indirectly, Vyatirek, indirectly, not directly. Parokshavad Vedoham Balanam Anushashanam. Vedas speaks things indirectly, in Paroksh. And that was a confusion. Many people get confused with taking those words from the Vedas as it is, not understanding the inside meaning of those Vedas. So Shri Krishna Dvaipan Ved Vyas, he understand the need of explanation of those Vedas. To understand the purport of Vedas, then he wrote Puranas, 18 Puranas. Matsya Puran, Padma Puran, Brahma-Vaivarta Puran, Bhavishya Puran, many Puranas. Purana means story-like pastimes, so that masses can understand. Because everyone has no access and right to understand the meaning of the Vedas. Specifically, one needs Brahma Gayatri, Brahman thread, initiation to go into reading and understanding the mantra, the Vedas. But what's going to happen with those who are not Brahmins? So that's why Shri Krishna Dvaipan Ved Vyas, he wrote Puranas. Simplify the meaning of Vedas so that everyone can have access and understand. But there is some mal in Puranas. Mal means contamination. What kind of contamination? Dharma, arth, kam. This kind of contamination. Therefore, Puranas are not addressed as Amal Puran. Puranas are having mal in that. Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj said this. By performing this ritual, you will get heaven, swarg. By performing this, you will get this. By performing that, you get that. This is the contamination. Shri Ved Vyasji wrote this to encourage people on the pretext of following the Puranas, finally reaching to the stage of Bhakti and the pure Bhakti. His intent was good. But he added those rituals and some greeds. And further he elaborated, simplified that by writing Upanishads. And then for intellectual class, he wrote Brahma Sutras. Athato Brahm Jigyasa. Brahma Sutra means sutra, like a formulas. Not giving the expansion of those sutras. Athato Brahm Jigyasa Janma Dasya Yataha Anavriti Shabdat, Anavriti Shabdat, Anavriti Shabdat, Anavriti Shabda means repeat the words, repeat the words. What words? Holy name. So, 530 Brahma Sutras. It's not, all this task is not easy. Very difficult. Only Krishna Dvaipan Ved Vyas can do this. In other words, Krishna expanded himself as Shakta Veshavataar, Shri Krishna Dvaipan Ved Vyas. In Lagu Bhagavatamritam, Shri Rupa Goswami Pad describes there are 6 categories of incarnations, not 6 in number, categories. Leela Avatar, Manvantar Avatar, Purush Avatar, Yuga Avatar, Shakta Veshavataar. These are categories. Amongst these categories, one is Shakta Veshavataar. Not in any ordinary jiva, conditioned jiva, in liberated soul, in liberated jiva, when Krishna infuse his potency, Shakta Avesh, infuse the potency, it becomes Shakta Veshavataar. So the Shakta Veshavataar has 2 categories. One category is those liberated jivas get infused with the potency of Krishna, they believing we are avatars, means we are Visha Vigraha, we are object of prema, Visha Vigraha. Understand? But there is another category of Shakta Vishavatar who believes we are devotees of the Lord. There are 2 different categories. Means they are Ashya Vigraha. Just like Kapil Bhagwan, Shakta Vishavatar. And what he is saying? Satang Prasangam Abhijya Samvido Bhavanti Hitkarna Rasayana Gatha. O mother, associate with my devotees and hear powerful Harikatha from them. So this Abhiman, this ego that I am also Bhagwan, it comes because of Tadatme, the oneness of the infusion of the potency in that particular jiva. But this other category, subject of worship, Ashya Vigraha, Sanak Adi, the 4 Kumaras, Shakta Veshavatar, Shri Naraji, Shakta Veshavatar, Rishabdev, Shakta Veshavatar. Shri Narad never said, 4 Kumaras never said, I am Bhagwan and everyone should hear my glories, which are very powerful. They keep this abhiman, this mood, we are the devotees of Lord. But Krishna Dvaipan Ved Vyasji, infused with this potency of Krishna for some particular task to be accomplished, and that is philosophy, Siddhanta, Tattva, Vichar, literature. Without that, everything is just nothing. Everything is nothing. Scriptures, Vedas, which emanated from the lotus lips of the Lord, it has to be there. So after writing Brahma Sutra, Shri Krishna Dvaipan Ved Vyajit is thinking, who's going to understand all this? I have to write some pastimes of Krishna. He is supreme. So he wrote Mahabharata, a great work, Mahabharata. And in that Mahabharata, there's one chapter where Krishna spoke to Arjun, and that is very famous as the Song of the Lord, Bhagavad Gita. Is a portion of Mahabharata, in which the supremacy of Krishna is narrated by Ved Vyasji, where Krishna is claiming, Aham Sarvasva Prabhu, I am the Lord of everyone, and Sarvadharman Paritajye Mam Ekam Sharanam Raja, and many other promises in Gita. This all was been written. Imagine, is it that simple? There was not Chat GPT those days. Just put something and everything just comes on. Right? There was no laptops to write and you can just delete and add something else. Nothing was there. As Maharaj said, oral reception. He heard. Yeah? So after writing so much, a person is supposed to be very blissful and happy. But he was depressed. And sitting on the bank of Saraswati, 3 rivers, very prominent. I was reading yesterday on commentary by purport by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He was he's writing that there's so many holy rivers in India. Ganga, Jamuna, Saraswati, Narmada, Kaveri, Godavari, all rivers are very holy. But prominent are 3: Ganga, Jamuna and Saraswati. Ganga Devi is Patit Pavani, savior of the fallen, destroying all the sins anyone taking dip in Ganga. And Jamuna Maharani is giving access in Braj Leela, in the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Par Prem Patri Drav Brahma Gatri is a liquid form of Vishaka Saki. But what's the significance of Saraswati? Those rishis, munis, they used to reside on the bank of Saraswati. By taking bath or a dip in Saraswati, one gets knowledge. Srila Ved Vyaji at Badrik Ashram, sitting on the bank of Saraswati, in composing and writing all this. But again very sad. And then he saw, playing on his veena, the musical instrument, Shri Narad, who is also Shaktavish avatar, but Ashya Vigraha, subject of worship. Who knows Krishna better, Vishya Vigraha or Ashya Vigraha? It's always Ashya Vigraha, the subject of prema. They know Krishna better than Krishna knows himself. Radharani knows Krishna better than Krishna knows himself. So, Shri Naraji came, Shri Ved Vyas, who is Shaktavish, is not an ordinary personality. Not an ordinary personality. He stood up in honor, gave so much regard and respect and a seat and asana for Naraji. And Narad sat there. And just by looking in the eyes of Ved Vyas, he scanned him. And found something is wrong. Jigasape atyap sanatan athapi shochasi atmikritam evo prabhu. Immediately Naraji said, address Ved Vyas as Prabhu, even though Ved Vyas is disciple of Naraji. Who's Guru? Narad is Guru. Ved Vyas is disciple. But how Guru addressing his disciple as Prabhu? Because the glories of Ved Vyas is not ordinary personality. Why even though you have written so many scriptures, what makes you so depressed and sad? You're supposed to be very happy and blissful. What a disciple is supposed to say when this kind of question comes? Always humble submission, not trying to show off. Yes, Gurudev, I know so much, I've written so much, but some point I'm skipping. That's not the system. Oh Gurudev, I don't know where my flaws are. Even though I've written so much, I don't know why I'm so sad. You're my superior, you're my Guru. You can teach me and correct me where I'm wrong. Here comes the point of chastisement. I was just giving a class, online class in India. And I begin the class here saying this. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chittete Koriya Aikya. We are ready to embrace the praise. If Guru praise me, I am ready to embrace that. When he tried to chastise me, I neglect that. But spiritual dealings or in spiritual reciprocations, chastisements have a big place and a matter of honor and respect. Not about, oh, this is rude in spiritual dealings, which may appear rude in material dealings, but in spiritual dealings, it is a matter of honor. Srinottam Thakur is writing, Heno ki haibe mor priya narma sakigan, anugat narottame koribe shashan. When the day will come in my life when Priya Narma Sakhis, Lalita Vishag chastise me and correct me, I am longing for that day. Shri Advaita Acharya Prabhu not happy. Mahaprabhu is always glorifying, praising him and is giving respect to him. Shri Advaita Acharya Prabhu wanted to get beaten by Mahaprabhu, chastised by Mahaprabhu. This is spiritual dealing. So Shri Naraji came there and chastised Shri Vedvyas. What have you written? What have you done? Chastisement here. Already people are so greedy and indulge in dharma, arth and kama. And by writing these Puranas, you made them more encouraged towards these aim and object of life. Dharma, arth, kam is not the aim and object of life. Dharma, arth, kam, moksha, no. Not this Chaturvarga. Okay? What have you written? This is how you have to write. There's a violence to the jivas. And that's why you're not happy. You're sad. You didn't write anywhere about Pancham Purushartha. These are just 4 Purusharthas. Dharma, Arth, Kam and Moksha. You have to write about Pancham Purushartha, Krishna Prem. You not elaborated on the pastimes of Krishna. But Gurudev, yes, I wrote Mahabharata. And in Mahabharata I wrote the pastimes of Krishna. Shri Naraji said, I'm not speaking about Krishna of Mahabharata. I'm speaking about Krishna of Braj. Yashoda Nandan, Radharaman Krishna. This was our Gurudev's favorite topic. Favorite topic. And he said, have you written anywhere? Mata mor putra bhave kore bandhan, atihin gyane kore lalan palan. How Mother Yashoda binding and chastising Krishna? Have you written anywhere? No, Gurudev. Have you written anywhere? Sakha Shuddha Sakhya Bhave Kare Skanda Arohan, Tumi Kaun Bada Lok, Tumi Abhisam. Friends, the Sakhas of Krishna never believe Krishna is supreme. They are jumping on the shoulders of Krishna and Krishna jumping on their shoulder and eating each other remnants. Have you written these pastimes? No. Have you written anywhere? Priya yadi man kore kore bharsan, Ved stuti haite hare morman. Radharani exhibiting man, sulky mood, and Krishna is pacifying Radharani. And not only that, Priya yadi man kore kore bharsan. Radharani not only manifesting sulky mood, but she is also rebuking Krishna. And Krishna is saying, I'm tired of hearing the glories of the Vedas. My ears are tired now. I love to hear the rebuking words of my beloved gopis. Have you written all this pastime anywhere? Shri Vedvyaji said, no. That's the cause of your depression. That's the cause of your sadness. These pastimes you forgot. So, Vedvyas, one must follow Bhagavad Dharma. What you have done? You glorified so much following the Varnashram Dharma. You know the consequence? If anyone fails to get success in following Varnashram Dharma by leaving his body or fall down. What person will get? Nothing. Tyaktva sudharanam charanam bhajam hare bhajano pakko yadi yat kav abhadr bhutur mishe kim ko apt dharmasya dharmata. Shri Naraji gave these words to Vedvyas. Anyone who is following Bhagavad Dharma, if he dies or she dies before getting perfection, what is the harm? Or if he falls from bhakti, what is the harm? Naraji said, no harm. But if anyone neglecting Bhagavad Dharma and only following Varnashram Dharma, when he dies without success in his sadhana, or if he falls, what is there to achieve? Nothing. Zero. So which is more superior? Varnashram Dharma or Bhagavad Dharma? And everywhere you writing Varnashram Dharma and encourage people to follow Dharma, Artha and Kama and Moksha. You have to encourage people writing about Krishna Prem is the aim and object of human life. You have not written this anywhere. This correcting. This is a chastisement, a sweet, loving, not harsh, sweet, loving chastisement of Shri Guru to his disciple. For what reason? Was there any personal issues? Vedvyas disciple can say, oh, Gurudev Narad ji, you want to become popular and famous. Was there any personal issues there? Not at all. Why this dialogue was so important? That's the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto. Because with this sweet, loving chastisement of Shri Guru on his disciple, the great philosophy, the scripture, the literature are going to manifest. And this is the istihas, this is the history. How Krishna consciousness got spreaded prior to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Prior to Srila Prabhupada, who did extensive preaching about Krishna Prem. Three Prabhutrais, Narottam, Shamanan, Srinivas Prabhu. The preaching began from them. Prior to them, all other acharyas, associates, they were doing seclusion, bhajan, writings, but not outreach. It begins exclusively by Shri Narottam Thakur. And what became the foundation of that? Chastisement. A loving, sweet chastisement by his Guru, Shri Loknath Goswami, to Narottam Thakur. Do you know this pastime? Maharaj knows this. Shri Loknath Goswami, because it's Guru Tattva Day, no harm in saying this. Shri Loknath Goswami and Narottam Thakur both sitting together chanting. A thirsty farmer approached. I'm very thirsty, can you give me water? Shri Loknath Goswami acknowledged, or not acknowledged, who knows, he's in which world, is Manjulali Sakhi, and he was keep on chanting. The farmer said, I'm thirsty, I'm dying, I want to quench my thirst. Shri Narottam Thakur stood up and he gave a cup of water. Seeing this, Shri Loknath Goswami, he sweet, loving chastised to his disciple Narottam Thakur. Shri Gurudev used to speak this pastime. Oh, you're very fond of quenching the thirst of people. Then you go. make people drink the rasa, not just water, the mallow of Krishna Prema. So people take this as externally, in a gross understanding, or that Loknath Goswami rejected his disciple Narottam Thakur. No, it's not rejection. It was encouragement and inspiring his disciple Narottam Thakur. I've seen this mood in you. And what is that mood? Par dukhe dukhi. You can't see the sufferings of others. That's the mood of Acharya. Preaching can't be done if one is get possessed with this mood of par dukhe dukhi. Can't see the suffering of the people. This is the foundation of preaching. When Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada came to Western world, his heart burst in tears. These people are suffering. They don't know what is enjoyment. They're thinking these stupid things are enjoyments. I will give them greater enjoyment. More than this. That is Krishna consciousness. So this mood has to be there. Par dukhe dukhi. Can't see the sufferings of others. This is the mood of Acharyas and Vaishnavas. So Shri Loknath Goswami Pad, he saw this mood in Narottam Thakur and then encouraged him. Because Shri Narottam Thakur can't do anything independently without receiving the order of his Guru Maharaj. So now Shri Loknath Goswami gave him order. And that becomes the blessing. Shri Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chittete Koriya Ekya. He embraced that instruction and order of his Guru Maharaj and he did extensive preaching. With his bhajans and with his conduct. Begins with Narottam Thakur. And then later on, following the footsteps of Shri Narottam Thakur, Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada and all other acharyas, his disciples. So this preaching movement begins with chastisement, correcting. And a similar incident happened. Naraji chastising his disciple. Sweet loving chastisement, Ved Vyas. What have you done? One ashram dharma? What if a person dies without getting success in following the process of one ashram dharma? What if a person falls? What he will achieve? Nothing. But anyone who is following Bhagavad Dharma, Tattva Swadharanam Charanam Bhajam, Shri Naraji said, even that sadhaka falls from bhakti or he dies without getting success, no harm. No harm at all. Because Krishna gave this promise, Kaunteya pratijani name bhakta parnashati. Oh Arjun, my devotee, never perish. And on the top of that, Naraji said another thing. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada writing in the beginning of his Bhagavatam. Na yadvas chittapadam hare yasho jagat pavitram parigharit karchit tad vayaso tirthumashanti manasa na yatra hamsa nirmukte shaisha. I was speaking this in Bajan. Maharaj was there. Any composition, any poetry, any book, any literature, very nice, expensive page, ornamental language, very nice cover, good paintings, poetry language, but nowhere in the book the glories of Krishna has been narrated. This book is garbage. No, it's very expensive, $200. You see the paper? Bible paper, so thin. Nice ink, and you see the writing there? Oh, beautiful. This is a place of pilgrimage of a crow. This is what Naraji told to Vyasadeva on this episode. Place of pilgrimage of a crow. Where crow sits? On garbage. This is just a garbage. Throw this away. And on the other side, on the other hand, Tadvarga sargo janto vipla yasmi pratishlokam badatoyopi yasho ankintani yashravanti virananti gayanti sadhava. Any composition, poetry, book, literature, book, no matter paper is very rough, newspaper, ink is not good, writing is also not well done, but everywhere from beginning, Adi, Madhya, Ant, beginning, middle and end, everywhere the glories of the Lord is being narrated there. Shravanti Gayanti Granamta Sadhuva. Sadhu, those who are sadhu nature, they take this as so seriously as their life and soul. And Shravanti Gayanti Granamta Sadhuva. The nature of sadhu is, if they get a speaker, they don't mind sitting on the floor to become an audience to hear the narrations of the Lord. They don't mind at all. They sadhu nature. My God, Brother Rangpuri Prabhu and Sadhana Prabhu, they are my superior. They are my seniors. They are sitting on the floor. That doesn't mean that I am senior or superior and they are inferior. That has nothing to do with this. This is the nature of sadhu. They always want to hear and drink the nectar of Krishna's glories from the lips of the sadhus. This shows their sadhu nature. And if there is no any speaker, Shravanti Gayanti Grananta Sadhuva. If they get a speaker, they want to become in audience to hear Hari Katha. And if there is no speaker, then they want to become speaker themselves and to deliver lectures speaking the glories of Krishna. Prabhu is giving Bhagavatam class every morning. He is not only instructing and teaching everyone, he is also relishing. Preaching is about relishing and preaching both. Mahaprabhu is relishing and teaching together. Krishna is not only speaking Bhagavad Gita, he is also relishing. Man mana bhav mad bhakto, remembering Radharani. How gopis and Radharani, taman manaska man prana mad arte takto dehika, they are ready to give everything to me. They always absorb their mind in me. He is not only instructing, he is also relishing. So that's the nature of sadhu. And if there is no audience and speaker, then what? Shravanti Gayanti Grananta Sadhuva. The person of sadhu nature, if he is in seclusion, he wants to read and relish the topics of Krishna. Because anything related to Krishna is always relishable. Always relishable. No drink in the world, no eatable in the world is that relishable as the topics of Krishna. That's the nature of sadhu. Shri Naraji gave this instruction to Vedvyasi about Varnashram Dharma, about all this. And then finally, there's a verse which says, Shiva, Mahadev is telling this, Aham vetmi, Shuk vetmi, Vyas veti na vetiva. Shiva is telling, I know the purport of Bhagavatam. Shukdev knows the purport of Bhagavatam. Vyas knows or no, I am doubtful. Come on. It's the Krishna Dwapan Ved Vyas who wrote the entire Bhagavatam. He wrote. And Mahadev is claiming this, I am doubtful if Vyas knows or not. Why is doubtful? Shri Ved Vyas knows the purport of Bhagavat or not prior to meeting to Naraji. But after having this dialogue with Naraji and got a little chastisement by Naraji or some correcting by Naraji, now he knows the purport of Bhagavatam. So this is the blessings, not in disguise, straight blessings. It's not in disguise, it's straight blessings. When Shri Guru comes in front of you and teach you and correct you, this is right, this is wrong, you should do this and go ahead. Don't look back. Don't look back. What happened in the back years, forget about that. Look forward and march forward. Shri Guru always encouraged to go forward. That is Guru Purnima. Shri Ved Vyasji got these instructions from Naraji and this inspiration from Naraji, and then he sat in Samadhi, means meditation. Bhakti yogena manasi samyak pratapyamale aparshat purusham purnam mayanstat padashrayam. Shri Ved Vyas, he sat in Samadhi. Which Samadhi? Bhakti yogena manasi. He saw the entire pastimes of Krishna. Not just Krishna alone. Krishna is never alone. He is always with his associates. The Chatushloki Bhagavatam, which Krishna gave to Brahma. Yeah, yesterday you recited, yes? What is the first verse? Very good. You know the meaning? Loud.
Lord Brahma is saying to Krishna that...
Not Brahma saying to Krishna. Krishna is telling to Brahma.
Lord Krishna is saying to Brahma that, that what he is seeing now is the personality of Godhead, and what he will see later is the personality of Godhead, and what will be left after annihilation is the personality of Godhead.
Yes. I am proud of my disciple. I was present before creation, I am in the creation, and whatever is left me. I'll be left after creation. So Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur is saying, if Krishna is saying, I was before creation, means, was he alone there? Never. He's always surrounded by his associates and with his pastimes. But the word alphabet says, aham means only me. But he's not only alone, he's always with associates. With example, just we say, if a king has come, the king of this country has come to visit farms. It's not that king is going to come alone driving his car. He's going to come with all in charge, with all his ministers, police, military, security. But the headlines will say what? The king or the president has visited farms. So if Krishna is saying, I was before creation, doesn't mean he was alone. So, Bhakti Yogena Manasi, Shri Krishna Dvaipan Ved Vyas, he saw the entire pastimes of Krishna, all pastimes in that Samadhi, in that trance. Which Bhakti Yoga? Sadhan Bhakti, Bhav Bhakti or Prema Bhakti? No one can perceive the pastimes of Krishna in Sadhan Bhakti Yoga. No one can see even a Bhav Bhakti Yoga. So Jiva Goswami is saying, Shri Ved Vyas sat in Prema Bhakti Yogena. In Prema Bhakti. Who gave that Prema Bhakti? What is the source of Prema Bhakti? Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma. These words of Naraji. Shri Ved Vyas, he sat in Prem Bhakti Yogena Manasi Samyak Pratyape Male Aparshan Purusham Purnam. He saw the entire pastimes of Krishna, and he saw external energy, the illusion energy, Maya, standing behind Krishna. She never comes in front of Krishna. She feels ashamed. Bhagavatam describes Vilajjamana Yasaya. Shri Maya Devi, she feels shy coming in front of Krishna because of her difficult task, taking people away from Krishna. She feels embarrassed. Shri Ved Vyas saw not only Krishna but also Maya. What is the significance of seeing Maya? Very important. Maya Tattva. Maharaj was describing the commentaries by Acharyas. Shri Vishnu Swami, Ipaditya Ramanacharya and Shri Madhvacharya. In those expansions of elaborations of those Brahma Sutras, they are always taking these tattvas. Bhagwan, Jiva and Maya. These three ingredients has to be there. And relationship is between Jiva and Maya, Jiva and Bhagwan, Jiva and Jiva. So Maya Tattva is also very important. And Krishna, when he was imparting this knowledge in the heart of Brahma and Chatushloki, second verse is related to Maya. Rite artam yat pratetna pratetya atmani tad vidya atma maya yatha bhaso yatha tamaha. Maya Tattva is also there along with Krishna Tattva. So that's why Shri Ved Vyasji is not seeing anything partial, he is seeing complete vision. Also Maya behind Krishna. And then Yaya Samohita Jiva Atma Turganatmakam is also seeing how the Jivas, we Jivas, even though we have marginal potency of Lord, okay, we are also marginal potency of Lord. And Maya's illusionary potency, external potency, how we are getting entangled, this process, how the Jivas are getting entangled in this Maya. Ved Vyasji is visualizing this. How Maya is capturing them. He is seeing this with his own eyes. So that means he is also seeing Krishna Tattva, he is seeing Maya Tattva, and he is also seeing Jiva Tattva. Complete package. But how to take those Jivas out from Maya? The third verse. Anarthopasham sakshat bhakti yo madhokshaje. Lok syad vinas chakra sattva sahitam. Only by Srimad Bhagavatam one can come out from these clutches of Maya. Nashta paraishu bhadreshu nityam bhagavatam sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhakti bhavati nashtaki. This is the process. You understand? What's Krishna, what Ved Vyasji is saying? Krishna, all his pastimes, associates. External energy, Maya behind him. How Jivas are getting entangled in Maya. And then what is the process to take Jivas out from the Maya? Sattva Sahitam, Srimad Bhagavatam. And what Bhagavatam describes? The fourth verse. I want both of you to learn this fourth verse. These four verses. First canto Bhagavatam. Okay? Yaya Samohita Jiva Atma Turganatmakam. Sorry. Yasyava Shunumayanam Krishna Param Purushe Bhakti Rutpatti Pumsam Shok Mo Bhayapaya. Yasyava Shunumayanam. Just by hearing this glories of Krishna mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, Yasyava Shunumayanam Krishna Param Purushe. That Krishna who is Param Purusha, what will happen? Shok Mo Bhayapaya. Shok means lamentation. The entire world is in lamentation. We don't know what's going to happen. Mo means, what is mo? Illusion. We all are in illusion. And bhaya means fear. This is the nature of this world. Lamentation, illusion and fear. These three elements get dissipated by hearing the glories of Krishna. This is what Ved Vyas concluded after hearing everything from his Gurudev Naraji. So therefore, he wrote Srimad Bhagavatam. Shukdev Parikshit Samvad means the narration of Shukdev Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj. Sud Goswami reciting to Shaunak Rishis. And Vidur Maitri. Vidurji is telling to Maitri Rishi. Shri Ved Vyasji wrote this. And this compilation of these three narrations by these three acharyas is Srimad Bhagavatam. 12 canto, 18,000 verses. And when he did this, this is called Guru Purnima. He observed Guru Purnima. Means establishing the inner heart desire of his Gurudev and entire Guru Parampara by spreading, propagating, writing or preaching Srimad Bhagavatam. This is called observing Guru Purnima. What's the time anyway?
1:30.
Shall I stop now? This is called Guru Purnima. ideal way of following Guru Purnima. Was hearing Gurudev's lecture by saying, offering flowers and giving donation, this is not enough. This is just a ritual. He's not saying no to this, but this is not enough. Giving life and soul. Gurudev used to say, keep your life in your fist and offer to your Guru. Not like this, with practical application. Practical applications. 11th canto Bhagavatam, Krishna is telling to Uddhav, Itadeva sashishya kartavya guru nishkritam yadva vishuddh bhavena sarv arth arpanam guru. The qualifications of a bona fide disciple is Itadeva sashishya kartavya guru nishkritam. Those who with vishuddh bhav, with pure mind and pure heart, sarv arth arpanam guru, gives oneself and one's possessions to Shri Guru. But Gurudev, I can give myself, I can't give my possessions to you. I kept this reserved for some say for future. I'm not fabricating this, this is the verse. Sarva Arth Arpanam Guru. Gurudev, why you need possessions? Why not just me? Because you are attached with those possessions. So I want to take away all your attachments, consolidate all those attachments, detach from that and offer to Krishna. Srila Gurudev used to say this. And therefore, Janma dasya yataha anvayad itires charthishu abhigya swarat tene brahm hidaya adi kavu kave muhyanti yas surya tejo vari mridam yatha vidmayo yatra trisargo mrisha dhamna swena sada nirast puvakam satyam param dhimahi. The first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. This applies to Mahaprabhu, this can apply to Radharani, this can apply to Krishna, and this verse also applies to Shri Guru. But for that I need 1 hour. No, everyone is tired. Also, keeping short, 5 minutes only. Honoring on this day, this Tithi, disappearance day of Shri Sanatan Goswami. If you go, have you ever been Govardhan Parikrama on this day? Guru Purnima? None of you? Yeah, Chutabu. Such a nice scene there. Huh? You know how many people? Guess, Chutabu, how many people? You won't believe. 150 million people. On this day, you don't have to put any efforts to do parikrama. You have to just stand there. Oh, sorry. I said too much. 150. 15 million, sorry. Because I was calculating with my lakhs and crores. That's why. Huh? I did one time. And that day I touched my ears. Never again. You have to just stand there on the parikrama side and people will just take you. Not much efforts. There's no space. People all over. But they don't know why to perform parikrama on this day. They don't know this. That's what I'm telling. This is how things gets or transformed into rituals. They take it as a ritual with not understanding why we're supposed to do Giriraj Parikrama on this day. Srila Gurudev used to tell, this day, Shri Sanatan Goswami Pad, he left this world, he disappeared from this world. And Shri Sanatan Goswami Pad was like father figure of entire Braj Mandal. Father figure. Because his style of preaching was, used to go beg alms, door to door. But that was not was his intent, to beg alms door to door. But on the excuse or pretext of begging alms, He wanted to establish a relationship with the householders and to encourage them in performing bhakti. So Shri Sanatan Goswami Pari used to go, let's say, one door. Oh Mataji, how's your calf doing? Oh Mataji, did your cow give birth to a calf? What about your daughter? She got married. Is she good in in-laws? Oh, how about your son? In this way, family relationship with each and every one. So everyone used to address him as Bade Baba, means father figure. He's our father. So this custom in India, when a father leaves body, the elder son should shave his head. So because Sanatan Goswami Pad was a father figure of entire Braj Mandal, when Brajvasi heard that this Bade Baba, means this great personality, left this world, all the male section, not the females, but the male section, they shaved their head. And in remembrance of Sri Sanatan Goswami Pad, they did Govardhan Parikrama. All Brajvasis, from child to young, to adult, to middle age, old age, everyone, in remembrance of Sanatan Goswami Pad, because Shri Sanatan Goswami Pad was doing Govardhan Parikrama every single day of his life. Even to the point when he was in advanced age, Krishna forbade him to do so. Sanatan, you are too old. I feel hurt that you are in this advanced age doing parikrama for my pleasure. So no need to do this. And Krishna played on flute, and he was standing on Govardhan. Shila got melted, and his footprints got impressed in that Shila, along with the cow standing next to him. So these marks we see in Radha Damodar temple. Yeah. And the pujari is there, and it's a common thing. Everyone says, if you do 4, Krishna told Sanatan Goswami Pad, Krishna told Sanatan Goswami Pad, if you do 4 parikrama of this tiny Shila, you get the benefit of performing parikrama of the entire Giriraj Govardhan. No? But lazy people take this as excuse not to go Govardhan Parikrama. It's too hard, 24 miles, 21 miles. This is only for Sanatan Goswami, not for anyone else. But even then, Sanatan Goswami Pad was still doing parikrama for the pleasure of Krishna, because Pramada Madana Leela Kandare Kandarate Rachayati Navayuno Dandamasmi Ramada Iti Kil Kalanat Lagna Kastidyo. All these beautiful pastimes of Radha and Krishna manifest in Giriraj Govardhan. So, in remembrance of Sanatan Goswami Pad, the Brajvasis perform this parikrama on this day, Guru Purnima. Shri Sanatan Goswami Pad, to whom Shri Mahaprabhu claimed, you are my property. Such an honor to a servant or to a disciple. If Shri Guru tells, your body is my body, this is my property, it's my wealth, you have no right to use this wealth in the way you want. Mahaprabhu said this to Sanatan Goswami. Such an honor. Because Sanatan Goswami, in those days, 500 years back, no airplanes, no train, no buses, no cars. He was walking through the forest of Jharkhand and drinking water here and there in all different ponds and eating leaves, etc. He came to Shri Jagannath Puri and got boils all over his body. And the pus was oozing from those boils. He came to Shri Haridas Thakur. He didn't want to inform Mahaprabhu I arrived there. But Mahaprabhu came to Shri Haridas Thakur and he saw Sanatan is there. And Mahaprabhu forced Sanatan Goswami. He wants to embrace Sanatan Goswami. But Sanatan Goswami Pad, no. Please, don't touch me. My body is so contaminated, impure. Oh Mahaprabhu, your body is so effulgent, transcendental, golden complexion. Don't touch me. And Mahaprabhu was insisting, and he finally embraced him. And he was doing this again and again and again. Shri Sanatana Goswami Pad decided, now, after seeing Lord Jagannath sitting on the chariot, just after having his darshan on the chariot, I am going to jump myself under the cart, the wheels of the cart of Jagannath. I want to give up my life, suicide. He didn't tell anyone, he was just thinking about this. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Anta Leela, first chapter, I think so. Mahaprabhu, he's Antaryami, he knows the heart of everyone, and especially Sanatana Goswami. So Mahaprabhu came to Sanatana Goswami and said, what are you deciding to do? What are you planning to do? This is not fair. Committing suicide is offense. You can't please Krishna by giving up your body. One can only please Krishna by devotional practices. Na sadhyati mam yogo na sankhya dharmuddhava na yogas tapas tyago yatha bhakti mamorjita. 11th canto Bhagavatam. Krishna telling Uddhav, I am not satisfied with any Sankhya philosophy, with charity or with any other austerities. As I get satisfied by anyone performing devotional practice unto me. That's the only procedure. So Mahaprabhu is instructing Sanatana Goswami on this. Only by bhakti you can please Krishna, not with these efforts, with these endeavors. So don't think about this. And who gave you this right to destroy this property? This is my property. Your body is not yours, it's my property, it's my body. You have no right to spoil my property. Isn't this chastisement? But this chastisement is chastisement or is a loving words? It's a loving words. This is my property. So imagine, Shri Sanatana Goswami, Pad, such an honor. Mahaprabhu is claiming this, his property. And then Sanatana, I have to accomplish so much with this body of yours. Go to Vrindavan, discover lost holy places, write books, and Vaishnav Sadachar, conduct of Vaishnavas, and establish deities, the 4 orders. I want you to do this for me. That's Sanatana Goswami Pad, he wrote Brihad Bhagavatamritam and Hari Bhakti Vilas, which is so difficult to follow. The principles, Hari Bhakti Vilas, so difficult to follow. Eternally indebted to Srila Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, and all our acharyas, all Rupanuga Guru Vargas, who took us from streets, or I can say worm in a stool, who took us from those miserable conditions and brought us into Krishna consciousness. And today we are hearing, speaking, remembering such deep and high tattvas. Who gave us this? Srila Gurudev. And by doing so, he performed Guru Purnima. He observed idly Guru Purnima by serving his Guru Maharaj, Shri Srimad Bhakti Pradyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. And how Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, he observed Guru Purnima by serving the mission and the Manobhish, the inner heart desire of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. And this applies to my Guru Maharaj and to all acharyas, Shri Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, all acharyas. They have observed Guru Purnima. And this is a lesson to us, young, adult, teenager, old age, man, woman, whoever it is, to observe Guru Purnima by serving with life and soul the lotus feet of Shri Guru Padma. This is an example for us. But how to do this? Again, we fall at the feet of Shri Gurudev. Infuse this potency in us, because if you expect this from us, we don't deserve this. We don't deserve this. Again, you have to infuse this potency and accomplish this through us. Hare Krishna. Gauru Premanande. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो। श्री सनातन गोस्वामी पाद की जय, कृष्ण द्वैपायन वेद व्यास जी की जय, जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री गुरु महाराज की जय, पूज्य पाद महाराज जी की जय, all devotees की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे। Thank you so much for coming and having this wonderful program. Now we are going to have Arati and followed by big feast today. Hare Krishna.